Excuse me. Hi guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. No stress, relaxed. It is Saturday evening. Good evening guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now whenever I feel stressed or I get stressed out, I've got this song on my TikTok and I can't hear anything else. My loneliness is killing me and I must confess I still believe when I'm not with you I lose my mind. Give me a sign, hit me baby one more time. Well, we've got through Saturday guys, it's Saturday evening. Good evening. Alexa, what's the time, please?
It's 7:24 p.m.
So it's 7:24 p.m. Good evening, and we haven't eaten buckets of food either. I must admit, I polished off a small chocolate cake because when this food has gone, I'm going to be eating berries, fruits, nuts, fish and no microwave meals, which is going to be difficult for me because I've been relying on my microwave. Right, let's get down to this evening. So I've been in my flat since I came back from walking Max this afternoon. I came back into my flat. Now I'm looking at the back of packaging, even coffee and drinks and my milkshake. So I you know what I mean? So I've even been looking at the back of bottles and the back of coffee packets to see what saturated fat is in there. So as long as I don't put cream in my coffee, I think I'm all right there. So I've been in my flat, I've been listening to music, I've been doing my TikTok videos, and anything else is nothing to do with me. It isn't. What other people are doing is nothing to do with me. So I'm getting on with my own little pet family. I've been writing up in my diary, and obviously I've been going out for walks with Max, because exercise helps lower cholesterol as well. It's good for your heart. It gets the blood in the arteries flowing. So when it gets to about 6, I usually mess around on my phone. I've got Scrabble Go because I like word games and puzzle games. Sometimes I put the radio on. It got a bit nippy, so you can see I've changed into a jumper. I got a bit cold. It got a bit cold. I'm going to have to turn the heating off in a minute because I put the heating on and put my jumper on. So it got a bit over. It got really cold. So when I went out, I put my jumper on underneath my rain mat just in case it came down a bit with rain, because sometimes it does in the evening. So it got to the usual time, near 7 o'clock, and I thought, right, let's take Max out for a walk. It's getting more difficult each day to go outside, but let's do it. So I went outside. The back of the flats because someone was coming in through the front communal door. So I went out the back, and I went onto the field. Believe it or not, I didn't go all the way around the field in the dark, because where the builders are building the over 55 flats at the top of the road, they've got all lights on, so it was all lit up. Someone came behind, 3 people came behind and sat on the bench while I was walking with Max, but apart from that, really nothing else. There was a white van, but I waited for that to reverse and go out. And then I've just been able to come home and walk home. There's been no call from my mum because I put the phone in my pocket when I went outside, but I left my main phone, the one I'm videoing on charge whilst I went outside. But it doesn't take long before I go outside before there is someone behind me. So I think there was 3 lads sat on a bench, but that was it. So not much really to write home about. So I'm in my flat. I've got the dentist next week. I didn't realise that. So I've got to save some money for the rail fare to go to the dentist. And whatever. I forgot about the dentist. I didn't realise I booked an optician's. I've rescheduled that. So it's a matter of just trying to keep healthy. I'm glad my son sent me that cheque. That helps out. I can actually do that at home without even going to the bank, because the Barclays Bank in Strood shut down after I paid a cheque into it, funnily enough. 2 weeks after I paid a cheque into the bank, it shut down completely. And the nearest Barclays Bank in Medway is Chatham, because they've shut the one down in Gillingham as well, because I went up there once to put some money into the bank and that had shut down. So Barclays banks are shutting down. It's luckily for me, I've got the app on my phone and you can scan the cheque into your phone, you see, without even walking into a bank, which is handy. It took a while for me to get the hang of it, but I can do it. So yeah, Saturday evening. No, I'm not going out. I don't drink. I don't go out by myself in the dark. And I certainly don't want any more food, guys. I really don't want any more food. I have got double the food that I should have, and I'm not going to get through all that. So I don't go out. Not me. Alexa, LBC Radio.
LBC London from Global Player.
Who came out supporting Dan were Dawn Butler and then because Florence, I don't know her surname, but she replaced, she's the MP Chukwuemeka's old, I don't know her surname. But they were the only 2 ones I saw on the television who actually came out to support Diane. And of course, Aisha Azulika, I think that's her name, yeah. So even from the Labour Party MPs, unless they've been talking to her behind the scenes, but on television I haven't seen any of them. But anyway,
it wasn't big enough or fast enough, was it, Hazel? Only moving on because of time, but thank you so much for your call. If you want to get involved in this conversation, there's a couple of phone lines, free 0345 606 0973. But it's 7:30 now and time for the news headlines with Simon Morgan.
Ireland have retained their Rugby Union Six Nations title. It's after a 17-13 victory over Scotland. Humza Yousaf has told his party's campaign council the SNP must win this year's general election. In a rallying cry to die-hard supporters in Perth, the First Minister said the only outcome Westminster fears is an SNP victory. And technical issues that hit Sainsbury's in-store contactless payments and online delivery services have been resolved. It started after an overnight software update. LBC weather: rain will continue to spread across most parts of the UK this evening and overnight, but it is expected to turn dry in the far southwest with a low of 7. Showers across the southeast of England and East Anglia first thing tomorrow will eventually clear. Elsewhere, sunny spells and outbreaks of rain and a high of 16 degrees. This is LBC.
A little story is easy to share. We can meet pink unicorns, pirates, and bears.
Right, guys, so I hope everybody has a great evening. I shan't be going out anywhere. I've learned how to cope with certain elements that cause stress in my life, and I just burst into song, started singing, because stress is negative, and I know when you get all het up you need to release stress, so I release it with exercise, you know, and get rid of it that way. Shouting and getting all het up is going to give you maximum stress, and you're just going to almost collapse with it. I've got so wound up and stressed up that I've almost collapsed. And then, you know, the people doing it to me have won, haven't they? Because that's what they want. When you just laugh and you sing, then, you know, there's no point to it. Is there? There's no point to it. They'll end up wearing themselves out and doing themselves serious harm, stress issues. Because to wind me up, right, it's causing them stress, you know. It causes them stress, them grief. It makes them tired, it makes them angry. Because when you get stressed and you get upset, they're laughing their heads off, they think it's funny. But when you don't, they're winding themselves up and they're going to give themselves health issues. In the end, they will. And remember, karma. Whenever I feel anxious and stressed, and I've got everything I want. I've got double my food. Yeah, I've only got £11 in my bank account. I've been sent a £10 cheque. I've got a £28 cheque to put in my bank at some point. That's valid for 6 months. I've got a £50 scratch card, which I haven't even redeemed yet, so that's 50 quid. So I don't need to pinch handbags. I don't need to steal backpacks. And there's no need to run off with your handbags and purses, because I'm a woman and I've been robbed myself, and I know what it feels like to have things stolen from, because it's happened to me. So whoever's doing it, grow up, get a life and have fun with yourself, because I'm not interested in you. Now, I'm going to have a great evening, even if it's relaxed with my feet up, watching the telly or de-stressing to Scrabble. But I am not joining any dating sites. I don't speak to people through social media. If you have any interest in me at all, you know where I live and you know my phone number. And that's it. No more messing about. And I mean it. See you later.